Darren's world records, Commonwealth Games and Olympic victories have made his name around the world. Carrying the flag with such excellence has meant being more apart than together with his girlfriend and Stellenbosch grad Jana. So, Sure Travel invited them to spend a special weekend together in the award-winning Mother City.
How's it going?
Cameron, how are you, man?
Welcome in.
How's it going?
What yourself?
Jana, morning.
Hi, how are you?
How did you guys sleep?
Oh, amazing. How did you sleep?
Wow, I'm just going to say, I think you guys got my room by mistake. There's been a misunderstanding.
It's pretty amazing. We're pretty lucky to be here.
South Africa's golden boy, is it getting old yet?
No, it's. I think it's slowly but surely just starting to sink in, coming back from traveling for so long. It's really nice to be back home in South Africa and get the support from everyone, and it's something that I'm definitely going to have to get used to, but I'm enjoying this new journey in my life.
Yeah, I know, you keeping him grounded?
No, definitely. I think he's got his feet firmly on the ground.
I see, is that the medal lying casually on the table there?
It is.
Let's have a look.
Do you know?
Well, behind door number 1.
Wow. Can I check it out?
You may.
An actual Olympic gold medal. It's quite heavy.
Yeah, it's apparently the biggest one they've ever made and the heaviest.
Sure. Can I put it on?
Yeah, sure.
Wow, I feel like I needed to be presented with one of these for my top billing dream. Can you hook me up?
I'll get you a chocolate one. How's that?
That's perfect. I feel like I need to bite into the medal. Why do they do that?
Well, back in the day, I think it was 1920, the medals were actually made of real gold. So the guys used to test it by biting it, and still to today, when you stand on the podium, all the photographers go,
the money shot. Speaking of the money shot, that's enough about me. I think you should put this on now and look into our camera and give us that money shot.
oh, brings back some good memories.
And the bite, there we go. How did it feel? I mean, I'm sure you've been asked that a lot, but how did it feel to win that medal?
Oh, you know, it's a childhood dream of mine for so many years, and to finally achieve that, it's the best moment of my life, and something that you can't describe until you actually achieve it, and now, you know, you become part of the club of the Olympic champions.
Well done, man. Well, we've got a road trip organized, so I think you need to put that into safekeeping, because I believe you had a very unfortunate incident recently with your other medals.
Yeah, unfortunately, before I left for the Olympic Games, a whole bunch of my medals were stolen, and it was obviously really upsetting, but we replaced it with probably the best one that we could, so we're going to keep this under the pillow.
Let's put it under your pillow and let's get going.
They were headed for an award-winning distillery in Wellington, where master distiller Andy Watts has given his share of international gold medal-winning performances himself.
Welcome to the James Sedgwick Distillery. Let's go inside into the still house. It's a little bit noisy, but at least a bit warmer than it is outside.
Yeah.
Andy's job has only been entrusted to 6 people in the distillery's 126-year history. And all that accumulated know-how has now won them Best Blended Whiskey on the planet.
I can definitely smell the barley.
Yeah, well, we use heavily peated barley, so if you want to take a little smell of this, then you'll definitely get that smoke coming through, which then imparts itself into the spirit.
Lovely smoky smell.
That's the peat.
What do you think? Smoky, but surprisingly sweet, eh?
Okay, let's go and have a look at the spirit coming off the stills.
It's part chemistry, part engineering with an artist's touch.
Here you can now see the condensed alcohol vapor coming off the still, around about 68% alcohol by volume, so have a nose at that. Preferably not to be drank at that stage. This will now go to maturation for a minimum of 3 years, where then we can call this spirit whiskey. So let's go and have a look at the maturation stores.
With the latest technology, the magic that comes out of these barrels after 5 winters still has everything to do with the human touch of the man who's been master distiller for 11 years.
Andy, I believe you guys have just won the award for the world's best blended whiskey.
That's correct, and we're now going to taste some of that whiskey which has been matured for 5 years in this particular cask.
Well, it's a good thing you're a whiskey lover, eh, Cameron?
Yeah, well, in my younger days, I used to drink a lot of beer, and that's not so good with the calories. And as you get older, we think we're more sophisticated. So, like my coffee, I'm really enjoying my whiskey now.
And there you have it.
Okay, moment of truth. This is really the best blended whiskey in the world.
Magnificent.
I think it would make a good Dom Pedro.
And so the verdict?
Liquid gold.
Nice.
Sure Travel's next treat was a return to Oudekral, and the spa voted 2012's #1 hotel spa in all of Africa. A good thing too, has Cameron seen some impressive places this year.
Before the Olympics, apparently you spent a little bit of time with a certain South African princess.
Yeah, well, Charlene invited us over to Monaco to come train there, and she hosted us, and we had such a lovely experience, you know, from meeting Tommy Hilfiger to dining in the palace, and even going up to a summer residence up in France. You know, she really treated us.
And the pools there, how do they compare?
Unfortunately, in South Africa, most of our infrastructure is very old, and they obviously have the best of the best in Monaco.
At school, backstroke was my stroke, but now breaststroke I struggled with. I'm hoping you can show me a couple of pointers and maybe I can sort out my form.
Yeah, it's just remember the keyhole and the frog leg. It's easy.
Keyhole, so that's the shape, right?
Yep.
So keyhole, back, and the frog leg. Okay, that's the wrong way around.
I guess that's why you're presenter, not a swimmer.
You have a good point there.
The Rasul chamber awaited for an Arabic cleansing with herb-infused steam and that celebrated Dead Sea mud.
Jana, you guys met when you were childhood sweethearts. I'm sure there must be a very sweet story about how this all started.
Well, we actually met in high school. He sang me a very pretty song.
He sang to you. You got to give us a rendition of that.
Well,
I think it was.
Spelt out a
can
couple
you
of lines there
remember?
first.
I think it was. Oh, right.
Oh, really? And that worked, eh?
Well, I'm Afrikaans girl.
Okay, that was smooth. I can see that. And then what happened after that? You sang and you sang his way right into your heart.
You know, he actually went away to Australia for a gala, so it was a bit of
You had to
long
leave
distance.
straight away?
Yeah, he did.
I think the long distance and the communication really made me eager to get back to her, and you know, she's being really special in my heart ever since.
You've been in the stands since he sang that song to you, eh?
Yeah, I think he's got a very great support team behind him, but I mean, I think I shout louder than everyone else.
Okay, well listen, I'm tired of being the spare wheel, so I'm going to leave you guys alone and you guys can spend some quality time together.
Thanks.
Enjoy it.
Let's clear you up, you know?
I'll see you guys at dinner.
That evening at a Azure restaurant, Cameron would tell us his success in the water goes back to him and his mum Bev deciding sport was better for his hyperactivity than taking medication with his dinner. Executive chef Enrico Grobbelaar also took an unconventional path to winning gold.
Wow, so you studied a Bachelor of Science in Polymer Engineering. It seems like quite a big leap from that to this.
What I basically do is I use the engineering background and I combine it with food, and that's how the end result ends up at the plate.
Chef, I heard that you're also an Olympian like me.
That's correct. In 2008 I was fortunate to present South Africa in the 2008 Culinary Olympic in Erfurt, Germany, where South Africa won gold, 2 silvers and a bronze.
Well, that's quite a haul.
I was fortunate to compete in 4 events, not 1.
Whilst Cameron loves Asian food, this fillet and fish were definitely worth a podium finish, which we'd like to see a few more of.
What's next for you guys?
Well, my journey towards London has just ended now, and that chapter's closed. So the next book we're about to write, and the next 4 years, I'm really excited to share that with Jana and start a new journey together.
You got Rio in 4 years' time.
If I can remain injury-free for the next 4 years, train hard and keep my head down, I think that we can try and defend the title and make South Africa proud.
Jana, what about all the new attention that Cameron's getting from the females? How are you dealing with all that?
It definitely takes some getting used to, but I'll never doubt his love for me, so there's nothing to worry about.
I have to ask, we're in this beautiful setting, we're all dressed in white. Do I sense some wedding bells around the corner maybe?
Well, you know, we have been dating for about 3 years now, so I think the next couple of years is pretty crucial. And you know, for me, traveling so much, we're just really going to try and focus to get to know each other better, and I think from there we'll make the decisions.
Well, I think a gold medal and a proposal in one day will be perfect.
Thanks for the idea.
Cheers to that.
And to a weekend of indulgence in a life of pure discipline.